Nigeria was built on the root of corruption right from its onset.
But why I'm pointing the government is that they are as in the kind of the engine room, because they are the ones that determine the rate of development of any country.
It's not necessary that it's the government that is corrupt, but everybody supporting the corruption.
They have this immunity to cover whosoever that is under their umbrella. So they are more corrupt than the citizens.
In this society, in Nigeria a whole, everybody is benefiting from corruption.
Hello guys, it's me Everett Da Silva. I welcome you to today's video. With me here on my right hand, I have my brother
HK Celeste.
and over here my nigga
Humble Apollos.
Thank you and welcome. Today's topic goes like this. In Nigeria, is it the citizens who are corrupt or is it the government that is corrupt? So these my two brothers here are going to share their thoughts and their points on this topic. So let's go with my brother HK Celeste.
Okay. I think that the governments are more corrupt because they are just like the engine room and the heart of the country. So they pilot the affairs of the country. They are the hems of our affairs. Yes, so they are the ones that will, just like in terms of giving employment, they are the ones that determine who gets what, when and how. Just like last word puts it, politics is who gets what, when and how. So I feel that the governments are more corrupt than the citizens.
So my brother, yeah. So are you agreeing with this our brother Celeste?
To be honest, we know that the government is corrupt. But at this point in time, I believe that the citizen of Nigeria from government. So is the people and the citizen of Nigeria that is corrupt. Well, I will state facts. Let's start. Why I'm saying this is that society is interrelated. We have sub-units that forms the society, like the government, which is the political unit, the family unit, and the rest of things. So if we are talking about corruption as a topic, we treat corruptions starting from the root. The government is the head. Are you hearing me? The government in this point is the head. So if we are to treat corruptions, we have to start it from the root of it, which is the family. From the family to the institute, we are seeing how corruptions play within the environment of Nigeria. There is one topic called, what is it called? The structure of Nigeria society, how Nigeria looks like. And when we look into that very closely, after we have checked the boundary, the maps of Nigeria, we discover that one of the key factors that plays in this very country called Nigeria is corruption. It's not necessary that it's the government that is corrupt, but everybody supporting the corruption. Are you getting me? Everybody is corrupt. And let me say this very clear. In this society, in Nigeria a whole, everybody is benefiting from corruption. So if we want to fight corruptions, we should not go straight to the government. We should start it from ourselves within us, so that we can get to the point of where we are going. Because if we say we want to fight the government, we cannot fight the government. Corruption's fight will start from you and I. You are benefiting from corruption in one way or the other. So I. But we see it as it's only the government responsibility that it's only the government that is corrupt. It's not only the government, bro. It's not only the government that is corrupt. This corruption of things has built from the unit that forms Nigeria, from the religion units, which we can include the church and mosques, from the political units, our families, our institutions, all those things are what form these corruptions that all of us are in now. So I don't see corruptions as a government set up something. We know that the government is the head of everything, fine and good. But those people that are in government, they are human and they are all Nigerians. Governance is not a change of life. It's just the life you live. Those people in government are exercising the life they were living when they were indoors. We are just seeing them open now based on the fact that we appoint them or we elect them into offices. Are you understanding? The corruption is deep down in us. It's not government. You cannot take an alligator from Nigeria to Europe and it change to lizard. An alligator is an alligator. A lizard is a lizard. Anywhere taking a lizard to. So I don't see government as the major problem of Nigeria corruption. No, I see the citizen as one of the major problems. So Mr. Celestine, telling us that the government is the root of corruptions and everything in this part of the world, I want you to throw more light on it so that the viewers can understand what you mean by it is the government that is corrupt. So thank you, my brother.
Becoming interesting. Mr. Celeste, yeah, what our brother said. He said you should throw more light, you should give more points, like you should trying to clear him, to make him to believe. Understand? Because for him now, he's saying that he's the citizen and the major problem, not even the government.
Thank you so much. Why I say that the governments are more corrupt, that they are the founding fathers. Because for any country to be developed, it has to start with the governments. And governments are those ones that they channel the allocation of resources. And they also create social stratification in every organization. They determine who gets what, when and how. Okay, in terms of employment, they are the ones that elect people into offices. And just playing the role of a godfather, they will tell you this is what I want. In terms of giving allocation, maybe during the election you do not support me, they will kind of how will I put it? Support the areas that supported them during the campaign. I guess me. Yeah. So everybody's corrupt, right? So just like you said, I'm not disputing the fact. But why I'm pointing the government is that they are as in the kind of the engine room, because they are the ones that determine the rate of development of any country. Okay. Let's use the society for instance. When as a government official, they are the ones that, in terms of how will I put it? Let me put it this way: in terms of giving employment, the governments are the ones that corruption starts from them, because they are the ones that accept bribe from citizens. Understand me? During campaign, the government they are well known for paying lip services to the people just to gain their vote. That's why I say that the government beg for more by spending. Okay, during an election, maybe they can kind of map out, let's say 20 million to contest the election, knowing fully well that they are going there to enrich their pockets. With that way that they put into the system, there is no way that they will not try their possible best to recover all those money they spend. We just take our country, Nigeria, for instance. Nobody should get it wrong, but just trying to.
Yeah.
Our president, I'm not calling anybody's name. Okay. He went there wholeheartedly telling you that it's his turn. There's what is called equity and fairness. Are you getting me? They are not following the rule of law, how things ought to be done. They are just there for their own selfish interest and their family. So as an Igbo man, if I want to enter into government, I'll have the interest of my brothers at heart, knowing fully that if I enter there, they will give me their full support, and there is no way I'll leave my brothers and go and be supporting an Ogoni man. Who does that? Okay? So corruption starts from there, and in government, they are the ones that accept bribe. They give to, according to our former president, he will tell you
former governor
of Rivers State, sorry, he will tell you. So the people that supported him he will
compensate
them. Yeah, so the corruption start from there. They are the ones, they control the major sector of the economy.
Yeah.
Yes. So if the system is corrupt, knowing fully well that they have the absolute power, and a popular they say that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So they are the hem of our affair. They control all the sectors of the economy. So there is no way corruption will kind of thrive in a country without the consent of the government. And any corruption that lasts 24 hours must have, or crime, must have the backing of the government.
Yes.
Just like kind of when there is a breach of contract or kind of terrorism.
Okay.
Just like all these IPOB, unknown government, herdsmen. You will not tell me that they don't have government support.
Okay.
We are all adults. Okay. So a crime cannot kind of thrive in a country without the support of the government. Okay. So I strongly believe that the governments are more corrupt than the citizens. There are the problems.
Okay, good and fine. I'm not disputing the fact that the government are not corrupt. But I'm trying to let you know from an instance that before that, for a society to be successful, you have to start anything you are doing from the primary aspect of it. Which is, we went to school from our primary school days. We know how some people were giving, what is it called, class monitor. Look at where the corruption is starting from. From our primary school days, we know how some people manipulate their ways into class monitor. We know when we get to secondary schools, when some people manipulate their ways into becoming prefects and the other things. So by then, are you telling me that it is the government that appoint those prefects? Good and fine. We know that it is the government that is corrupt. That is why the people are also corrupt. But I'm saying that it is the people that are corrupt. We use our own hand to hand over everything to government. We are operating in a democratic system of government here in Nigeria. So government is supposed to be within the people. So we the people have mouth to say this thing is not good. A society that did not believe in court again is no longer a society. It's that time.
But the court is not giving.
That is what I'm telling you. We as citizens, have we ever cried that? Okay, for instance, they called for protest. You will be in your house sleeping, and you want the government to say what
people came out.
Well, let me be honest. People came out to protest against what they did not like. Are you hearing me? But this is a business between you and the people you are protesting against. You have given them the room to exercise anything they are exercising. To know anything about any society, you have to trace the root of where it comes from. Nigeria was built on the root of corruption, right from its onset. From the existence of the British to now. We all know that Nigeria were built on corruption.
So we said that the citizens are not saying anything, they are not complaining. They are not
the citizen, we are okay, we benefit from this corruption, bro.
Not people protested.
Do you know what we mean by corruption? When we are talking about corruption, you people see this sector of corruption as if it is only the government that is corrupt. Driving one way, using the wrong traffic route is corruption. Are you hearing me? Is it not corruption? Okay. Given there are some vehicles on the road today which some people did not even have driving license, but they are driving. They are benefiting from this corruption of it. It's corruption. There are some vehicles that do not even have particulars.
But you know that sometimes most of these people don't have license.
Yes.
Problem is who look wait, like for me, last time that I wanted this driving license. Yeah. I know the process and the time.
Yes.
The delay.
Yes.
It took me.
Yes.
So I get that.
Yes.
Understand? And you will be there. Someone, because of no man.
Yes.
Just come.
Yes.
And maneuver. If you know it.
They have maneuvered everything.
Yes. So
to your favor.
No.
To the favor of who is.
Yes. So tell me, What will just make you not to like at least do like that person?
That means all of us have accepted the corruption of people. Because if everybody was
No, the government forced the people to do that.
the government forced nobody into this.
Yeah, government forced people to do
Brethren,
Let me-
I have something to put. Let me just put it this way. You know that they say that charity starts from home. Charity starts from home. So you now you are saying that the citizens are more corrupt.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that? Do you know what is power? Power without control is nothing. The government, they have the power, the absolute power. They are a kind of the political lord. Okay. They oversee everything. Okay. So and they are, why I'm saying that they are more corrupt is that anything that they, just like the scripture, they'll tell you that anything will permit in heaven. It's permitted anything will permit in earth is permitted.
You are coming.
No, just let me just I mean sociology, let me just be kind of biblical. So and they'll tell that anything that will forgive here, that will forgive in heaven.
Yes.
So the governments are a kind of the earthly God we see.
Yes, they are.
And they have the, just like the Supreme Court, they have the power to kind of punish offender, do anything. They can punish you in such a way that others, it will serve as a deterrence to others.
Okay.
You will be a scapegoat. So if, just like if you are a kind of, let me say, you are an armed robber, and I'm an upcoming armed robber, okay? So the way they treat you, maybe I will learn from it. And whereby they pardon you, just like the president has the power to forgive any offender.
Yes.
They give the person
They'll tell you this channel are put there.
Yes.
give am amnesty, give am one position.
So the government officials, they can kind of, let's say they capture a kind of kidnapping kingpin. After everything, we will not hear about, they will just die the matter. You hear that politician embezzles such amount of money, they will say that they are taking the matter to court. Before you know it, you and I as a citizen will not know how they will dismiss the matter.
Yes.
So my brother, are you not seeing the picture is very clear? It's crystal clear. We are not. Yeah, it's just it's obvious that the governments. I'm not coming. It's just obvious that the governments are more corrupt because everything ends there with them. They are the ones that will judge the case.
Okay.
They are the ones that will set you free. And just like when your father is in a kind of cabinet meeting, even if you are at fault, he will try his possible best to cover you up. So your dad now being an Igwe or no prime minister or whatsoever, he have the power to cover you. That's your kind of immunity is covering you. So the government, they're acting as this immunity. Just like we know that immunity is the ability of the body to resist disease. They have this immunity to cover whosoever that is under their umbrella. So they are more corrupt than the citizens.
Wait. I just want to put in something.
Okay.
Before we wrap up this very talk of his. He said he made mention of the Bible, which is also the religious side of life, which this very group of people is supposed to play a neutral ground. I want to introduce to you how corruption plays in all roles, all ramifications in our society. Do you know that even the sector is mentioning now? I told you that society is interrelated. You have sub-units, and all those units work hand to hand.
They work in tandem.
Yes. So, okay, if government is bad, what happens to the religious sector?
Okay, let me answer the question.
If government is bad, because this religious sector of a thing is supposed to play a different roles from the government.
And even most of the times, the one like
They are the so telling you that I'm telling you that if the society can bully for the
Okay, let me answer your question. Let me answer your question. Using this religious aspect as a case study, you know that the religious lord or the priest, they symbolize the government because in Christendom we have leaders and we have followers. So those followers are like the citizens. Then the pastor, the imam, the priest, you name it, they act as the governing body of every institution. And we the citizens, we follow the laid down rules and regulations that they set forth. So automatically, the followers are the citizens, whereas the priests, pastor, they are playing the role of the government. So in terms of offering, you will try your best, they will tell you to pay your tithe, all those things. Using the pastor or the whatsoever as a case study, they act as the government. And do you know that they are more corrupt than their followers.
Okay.
Because,
Are they are more corrupt than their ruler? Are the religious sector
we are using
yes, now I'm telling you,
young man.
Earlier stated, I say society is interrelated. It works hand in hand.
Yes.
You understand what I was saying? I make mention of the family aspect.
I think not in the past.
Wait. I just want to get this clear. Because there are some set of the society now. If this say we are no longer doomed, the rest will learn from it. Are you hearing? Like the religious sector, the allocations of values in the family, the fathers taught us. See, even our fathers, they were the people that taught us corruption. We don't know what is corruption.
How do you mean?
What I mean is that
Corruption is cultural. What?
corruption is cultural in Nigeria.
Okay.
This is our way of life.
My brother, young man, it's as if you are contradicting yourself. Okay, you made mention of the religious aspect.
Yes, as one sector of the society.
And we are using this as a case study.
Yes.
Because you can use one thing to represent the
I'm trying to drive it bit by bit. After the religion.
Allow me. There's one point I want to make. We are using this religious aspect to represent the whole. That is what we call synecdoche in literature. So, using the religious aspect, the pastors are seen as the governing body of any institution, and their rules are
the pastors. The pastors, the imam, people of God, are they supposed to be corrupt?
Because see, politics.
Because the society permits them to be corrupt.
And they are also in government, right?
They are not. You can't say a pastor is in government. A pastor play a different roles from government.
In this contemporary society,
your duty as a pastor is to interpret what God says to the people, not to stick the side of government. Are you getting
that's
it?
what they call camp, right? In Nigeria.
Yes, the Christian as yes.
All the top pastors.
Yes.
Okay. Brother, you have not allowed me to.
I want you to. I want you to get this. I want you to get one point out of everything. I just want you to get this point. Just one point from everything. I mentioned earlier that the society is interrelated. Every sector is working. Do you know that using public funds to build an institutions that less privilege cannot go is corruption? Do you know that? Wait, do you know? Yes or no? Do you know that?
Yes.
You know that.
Let me help you.
This public fund, monies that belongs to a group of people,
let me help you.
using it to establish an establishment that everybody cannot partake of. Do you know that even in the Bible is condemnable?
I'm talking about individuals.
I'm talking about the pastors.
Mr. Humble.
Are you hearing me? I'm talking about the pastors, the religious sector.
On the own aspect.
Mr. Humble.
Pastors.
Can you give me audience?
They cannot.
Can you give me one house, please? One house, please.
Every sector has where they place their role.
I want to make it.
Wait. I want you to get this clear. A pastor is not. See, I know where it's going to.
Okay,
if you are in head of any organization, you are governed that you govern that organization. You understand? But the religious aspect of life, as a Christians, there are life we are supposed to live. Are you hearing me? This is our religion. There are life we are supposed to live the life of Christ. Do you see anywhere in the Bible that Christ itself built a school that less privilege cannot happen? No. Are you hearing me? So I want you to believe me that the corruption in Nigeria is inbuilt. It is one of the characteristics of a Nigerian man.
Okay, my brother, you know that government. Let me put it this way: if you are in government or you are in kind of any position that will allow you to exercise your power, it will showcase who you are.
Yeah.
I know the angle you are coming from, but let's use the Christian society as an kind of instance. I'm a Catholic member, born and brought up. We have popes. There's dichotomy in every organization. We have the priests, we have the catechists, we have the altar servers, we have the women in the CFO, the
bishop.
So, in that class and order, whereby
they allocate values.
Whereby maybe the Pope, for instance, might be like for our annual harvest, this church will remit 1 million, this one 3 million. You know that the pastors or the priests will go because they are giving them that power to extort from the people.
The society, the society are giving them that power.
The
society are giving them the power.
Allow me to learn. The governing body has given them that authority to extort from the people. So they will do whatever is possible. They will exploit, maybe tell them that to increase social amount so that will take it to the archbishop, all those things. My brother, that's because you are not pushing it towards the religious aspects. Are you getting me? So now they will make every arrangement to extort that money to make sure that they comply with the order from above. And that order from above is seen as the government. Okay? Do you know that as a pastor or as a priest, I was once opportune to be an altar servant. When you come to the house of God, you will see them after offering all those things. You see yam, beans, bags of rice. Do you know that they do sell those things? They do sell it, bring and buy. They do bazaar in the church, sell those things. Why not take it to the less privileged? Why not use those money? That's why me, I don't pay tithes. I'm a neutral body. I'm not kind of driving anything with anybody, but I'm just telling you that the religious aspects, the leaders, they are the government, they are more corrupt because poverty starts from them. They will sell those things. Some of them will use the proceeds from the church to enrich their family members, forgetting the poor masses. That is corruption.
Yes.
Okay, in terms of alms giving, you pay your tithes to meet up. They will still use those money and enrich themselves. That is corruption. So now bring it to the government because they are the government. The government are the ones are the corridor of affair, the hems of affair. They control everything. So in Christendom, the priests, all those high rank officials, they are the government. And in real life, the governments are more corrupt because they are the ones that dictate whatever happens in the organization. You as a citizen, you are just like a tool in their hand. They can easily manipulate you. They can use you to rig election. On their own, they can't do it. But you as the citizen, they are using you to rig the election. So they have the ultimate power and the absolute power to do whatever they want. You as a citizen, you cannot challenge the government.
Do you know that human being is a political animal?
Yes.
You agree with me that human being is a political animal?
We are using the government as a body.
You agree with me? You agree with me that human being is a political animal
and also a social animal?
Do you also agree that the allocations of value and resources depends on the way you as a human choose to allocate it?
Whereby you cannot compete with power. You cannot compete with power.
Who gives power? Who gives power?
Okay. We gave power to the government, yes. And whereby there was a kind of, let me put it, I did political science as well.
Who gave power? I just want you to be.
Citizens gave all their power to a single individual,
yeah.
And that is the government.
Yes.
And they agreed to obey what whatsoever
the government.
Yes. Have you not heard of government or dictatorship?
Yes.
As of Hitler was a dictator,
I know.
During his tenure.
I know.
So nobody questions him. His wishes are command and law. You get? So just like the president of this, the 001 of this country,
yes.
Whereby he made a declaration that in every transaction there must allow me to learn. He made a declaration that in every transaction that is above 10,000 naira, there will be a charge of 50 naira.
I've made like 6 transactions today. They have been reducing that.
They have been debiting you,
yeah.
And that is his wish. And his wish is the command,
yes.
And that is corruption because you know very well that Tinubu is very rich. He's thinking rich. Okay, what's the essence of extorting those 50 naira? If you as the receiver,
borrowing money.
You as the receiver, you went to if I transfer 100,000 to you, they will debit me 50 naira and also debit 50 naira.
The worst part of it is that
going
if I transfer 10,000 now, I transfer 10,000 again, they will still deduct it.
The money is going to the federal account.
Yeah.
So corruption starts from them and it ends with them.
Okay, let me be honest. It's government of the people, like the people and for the people. Since the day that Tinubu made the declaration, if we are in an advanced country, if we are in a country which corruption is not the order of the day, we have journalists. Are you hearing me? We have different bodies Which by now they should have like, Mr. President, this your bill that you have implement it into law is not favorable to the people. Are you hearing me? That the people are not okay with it. You and I now, we are here to talk about this. Are you hearing me? Just for the fact that we don't like it. But as we don't like it, what are we doing about it?
I'm asking.
Uh,
Okay, what about the one that we complain about?
like what?
Well, fuel price.
Yeah. Yes.
People have tried as much as possible to come out, protest, complain, condemn the accident. So, what have the government done
About that.
Yes.
Okay, let me be honest. The government, seeing the society as where they come from, they have agencies which regulate everybody. I told you that a society like ours is not a one-man business. It has different roles to play. And there are some organizations which are supposed to be independent bodies. Are you hearing me? There are organizations which are supposed to be independent bodies. But because of those organizations, they are benefiting from corruptions. Are you hearing me? They will not say anything. Like in government, we have three tiers of government. We have the federal, we have the, what is it called? The executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. All the sector of government, we are saying, they are independent bodies. Are you hearing me? But will you imagine in Nigeria now, we don't believe in what lawyer says. We only believe in what very dark man says. Are you hearing me? This society now is high time. Before those society you see,
what makes people
I'm coming. Before you see Europe and the rest part of the world become what they are, there was people who stood and was come then we read about them. All those Max Weber. There were people who fought for the society to be better. You cannot be folding your arms and thinking that things will get better. No, things cannot get better by folding arms. You keep trying. No, but it's not the government. It's not the government. The problem we are having here is that everybody is afraid of them. Nobody. Fela stated clear that we are suffering.
There are some persons that are not scared of death.
No, there are people.
Someone like Nnamdi Kanu. You know how many years that guy have been in prison? Someone like Simon Ekpa that resides in Finland. He's now under custody. He was a kind of one-man riot. He was when it get hot. When the process get hot, Simon Ekpa denied that he's a comedian. He's a skit maker. These are the things we are telling you. Nobody is willing to fight for the country. Everybody is after what he or she will gain. We are still saying.
Are you hearing me? If we put this as an effort that today we will put an end to this thing that the government is doing, we will put an end to it. It's not a lie. See, you can. Let me tell you. You can't enjoy from other people suffering. We are all of us now. We are looking up to the Western region,
guys,
the way they live their life. But we've forgotten that there are people who sacrifice their lives for those countries, those nations to be as we are seeing today. So
people try.
They did not try.
They came out.
For the fact that on the process of protest, you were shocked to death. Many people have lost their life.
My brother, see, let me tell you, I know that everybody.
Since the day of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffered violence. Yes.
When everybody is talking, nobody's talking.
Okay, sir.
You have been making points, and it's quite. I'm impressed.
Okay.
So what I mean is that we are just debating on the government and the citizens who are more corrupt. I understand that the government are more corrupt than the citizens, and you are telling us that the citizens are more corrupt than the government. Well, it's everybody. You are right, and I'm right.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So, you, from your own point of view, you are telling us that the citizens are more corrupt. But me, HK Celestine, I stand to tell you that the governments are more corrupt because everything is under their watch.
And we know
Just like you mentioned different sectors. You mentioned the courts, the judiciary, arms of government, they're all
And all those
no,
people
no,
are
no, no.
human beings
Wait,
from
wait,
Nigeria.
allow me to land.
Yeah.
You mentioned all of them, and they are under the wings of government.
Yes.
You as a citizen, you are a neutral body. Then those executive legislature, they are arms of government. They make up the government, and the government is just one body. The president can decide today that I want to sit at home, or maybe he wants something like public holidays, and everybody must obey without questioning. In this country, we don't have the men or the capacity to challenge the government.
That is now you're coming.
No. Allow me to land though. So we don't have the capacity to challenge the government.
Yes, everybody's
And
afraid.
everything they say, as in, we are just following them sheepishly, because they control everything. The Bible will tell you, show me a man who is perfect, and I will show you a failure. Nobody is perfect. Each person understands them. But the governments are the kind of the sellers. Anywhere they push you, you go. Anywhere they direct you, you go. Are you getting me?
Well,
So, Everest, you agree with me. I know that I'm not trying
no,
to.
I'm not.
I'm not trying to justify my own points.
I don't,
Eh?
I don't agree with anybody.
But you are trying to check that.
Wait. The viewers are the ones to decide. So please, thank you, Mr. Humble. Thank you, Mr. Celeste. Thank you for staying with us till now. God bless you.
Bless you.